back here. We are reviewing a 2019 Power Wagon. It's the Tradesman from Ram. And this has a 6.4 Hemi and an 8-speed automatic. And I've got my granddaughter here, Alessandra. And how much horsepower does it have?
410.
And how much torque does it have?
429.
Great! So we're going to head for the hills.
If you have a short bed truck, you know it's not easy to hook up to a gooseneck. Pop-Up came out with these extensions from 9 inches to 16 inches to keep you from breaking out your back window when you're pulling a gooseneck trailer. And everybody uses a short bed. That's the most proper truck there is a crew cab short bed. So protect that window.
Okay, this is like that National Lampoon's Family Vacation. Woo! We got 6 of us in this Ram Power Wagon 2019. This is the new one. It's lighter, it's faster, gets a little better fuel mileage. 8-speed on that 6.4. It sounds cooler too. I used to always think this, the 5.7 was a good old throaty engine, and the 6.4 kind of sounded wimpy. Well, now for 2019, the 6.4 sounds throaty. It sounds macho.
Is this a new truck?
Yeah, it's a brand new truck, Cameron. I got 3 grandkids and 2 kids, and we're heading up to, what's that schoolhouse called?
Bunt School.
Bunt School. We're going to climb around on all the rocks. Yes, there's Lily. She's chiming in. We're all going to have fun today with a side-by-side, the 2 ATVs, and there's a Rubicon Jeep with us too. We've got everything up here. We're going to go have fun on Memorial Day weekend. But this is such a cool truck. I mean, it's a lighter frame and done all these things for fuel mining. It's got aluminum hood. They got a few other things up their sleeves, but this is the Ram Power Wagon Tradesman. So we've got front and rear lockers. We've got a 410 rear end. We've also got a disconnecting anti-sway bar. So this is just like a big Jeep. It's one of the most off-road capable trucks you can buy. And the Tradesman makes it cheap. Not cheap, but it's less expensive than a normal Power Wagon. I mean, this gets really close to the price of a Rebel, and this is a 2500. 4-point coils all the way around. It's a 5-link connection holding them together, real similar to what's in the new Gladiator rear end on it. And it's also both the ZF transmissions. These are made, the German design. Now they're made over here, I think in Ohio, for this truck. But that 8-speed's a big improvement. All that's what helps improve fuel mileage. Looks like it's improved to 2 to 3 miles to the gallon. We'll try to get some more numbers on that. But we're driving up this creek sharing road with all the bicycles, and we are maxed out on this. We've only got 3,300 pounds on the trailer, and we're real close to that 1,600 pound payload, the max on it. But this is cool. We're up here in the Rockies. Beautiful Rockies. It's it's the end of May, so everything's gorgeous. The trees are bloomed out, and the rivers are running, and we're going to be climbing rocks. See how far up the mountain we can get with all this. We're going to climb rocks with this Power Wagon too. So we've got all these capable vehicles. So come join us for the review. Trying to see if you can hear some of the cool sounds from this Hemi. Hear that? Oh man, that's power. 5,000 RPM, 5,500 RPM. Sounds good. Shifts. Sounds awesome. Another thing they changed for 2018 is they put some awesome headlights on it. And it is a lot brighter than they were. I really like these new headlights. Oh, there's it. Bouncing Sprint School. Here comes a motorcycle. Did you watch both ways? All right, hold on, I'm video. I'll help you in a minute. Well, of course, playing in the rain. Got my family still out driving in the rain. We separated. I'm going to look at a different trail. But hopefully you can hear me in this 2019 Ram Power Wagon. I love this thing. We're going to try to get, if it quits raining, show some shots of it climbing rocks, and we'll disconnect that front anti-sway bar and see how much movement it has. And then do that front locker thing, which is awesome. Now here we are with the front and rear locker engaged up on top of a rock, and the sway bar's disconnected. Yepper. So you got a little more articulation in the wheel. We're up on the rock. Cool. I love the articulation you can get out of this by, just like a Jeep, disconnecting a sway bar. Well, that puppy's up in here. Is that cool or what? Play with the winch. We had to play with the winch on my ATVs today. I know it's not quite June, but we had ran into a bunch of snow on these trails on Bunt School. Some of them, well, actually, they were all open, which surprised us, but you couldn't go all the way to the top because of the snow. And I made it with my two-wheel drive quite a ways, and then the kids in their four-wheel drives went quite a ways, and they had to use a winch to get back down. This puppy has 410 horsepower and 429 torque. This is a new truck from last year. They've done quite a bit to it. It looks real similar, but the winch went to a synthetic rope instead of steel, which is nice. Just got to make sure you dry them out. I don't know if this is the one that's been traded, so you can roll it in wet and leave it, or if you gotta unroll it and dry it out when you get out of the rain. But anyway, I'll need to find that out. But this has got, of course, that's all off-road. Thing's really well armored underneath. It's got Bilstein shocks. It actually has 5 Bilstein shocks. There's also a Bilstein shock on top of the differential that goes forward, like you'll see on some bigger trucks. Actually, some of the semis have that. But that, I guess, controls movement of that axle. And this is all coil springs all the way around, all 4 corners. But yeah, 5-bolt Bilsteins. I'm going to get a picture of that. But love the sound of this 6.4. You know, it used to be the Hemi 5.7 had the best sound. Now I think this matches. It used to be kind of it was just nothing special. You know, now it's a deeper tone, which I like. This, at the high end, you can get all the way up to 1660 payload and 10,620 towing capacity. And since this is a Tradesman, it's got to be close to that because this has a few less options than what a loaded Power Wagon has. This is, it's a ZF transmission. The ZF, that's a German company. They're actually made in Ohio, but they, it's their engineering, their parts. And Ram puts them together in, I think it's Toledo, Ohio. But we are running only on the trailer load 3,360 is all we're towing. But we've kind of maxed out on the payload. That's 1660. That's right where we're at with the 6 people in here. And 3 of them are kids. You couldn't really put 6 adults in here and a trailer and not go over your payload. But this, it's got less towing capacity than what a regular 2500 does. And that's because of the wheel travel. These off-road suspensions are different. Whether it's the Raptor, whether it's this one, they're all made to really flex a lot. And this has almost a 2.5 inch lift now from the factory, which means you're going to have some suspension length there. And you don't want to overload that because it will squat more, and then you'll take some weight off your front axle, make your headlights go into the stars. So that's one reason why you get an off-road package, a real off-road package, not just the shock absorbers, tires, and skid plates like most of those packages are. That doesn't affect much, but when you have actually longer suspension, this is higher off the ground, all that makes it susceptible to squatting over the load because it does have that extra wheel travel. And so this one, that's why it's only rated to tow 10,620. I sure hope you can hear me in the rain. It's got, of course, 410 rear end. They were like a 454 or something several years back. And it's 410 and the 8-speed all have some good fuel mileage, which is always a good thing. When you're not trying to payments on one of these, you want to also use as a daily driver. But and with all those extra gears in the transmission, it's interesting because low range now you can go a lot faster than 40. You can go much over 30 or 40. But now with this 8-speed and the 410 axle, you can actually go all the way up to 55 miles an hour in low range. That just seems odd. It's something you gotta get used to. But it's not like overwrapping the tachometer, that was what you think it would do. But when you have enough gears and the gearing's right, that seems to work for them. And this, of course, has rear anti-sway bar, which really helps on these bigger trucks. A lot of times you gotta get a camper package to get the rear sway, and this has the rear sway on it. And this actually sets up pretty nice. It's that running board, you got to take a run and jump or use a step. I'm having a hard time getting in and out of it. If I got one, I would probably get running boards, even though it's kind of a bad thing for off-roading. But this, this is really a cool, heavy-duty off-road truck. There's nothing really like this. Nothing in this class. It's all by itself. I'm surprised that Ford hasn't come out with like an old highboy for the new model, but we haven't heard that. Maybe that might be interesting to have some competition for the Power Wagon. Right now, it's all by itself in the heavy-duty class. There's no really true off-road truck other than this. And, we can disconnect the front sway bar and get all that extra wheel travel for climbing over things. It's fantastic. But this truck, the MSRP, there's no MPG rating on it because it's a heavy duty. So the EPA could care less about this. But the retail, the MSRP is $52,540. So, you can get these, if this was a normal model, not a tradesman, you could easily get up over 60,000. But I really like the grill on this, especially this tradesman edition. I like it better than a regular Power Wagon grill, which is the Rebel grill. But on this one, it's all blacked out, and then it just says Ram in the middle. No cross hairs like we're used to, on Ram, but I'm actually liking this better. Crosshairs I was used to, it's kind of a heritage thing. You like to stick to what you know. But with this one, that black outside and inside Ram chrome, this is my favorite grills on any of the Rams. So that's how this works. Now this one is not totally stripped down. I mean, they come with a lot of stuff. It just has the 6-seat configuration, so it's got the middle seat in the middle that folds down. My favorite seat configuration. And this is the regular crew cab. It's not that bigger one they put on the half tons. And it's certainly not a mega cab. This is what we're used to. We've had for a long time. But, we've got the towing mirrors on here, so it all makes me happy there. Stability control, hill start assist, all the normal stuff. And this is that good old 6.4. And it has MDS, so you can it'll shut off half the cylinders to save you fuel too. So in a heavy duty, it's got a lot of cool things for saving fuel. But optional equipment, let's see, it's got 17-inch matte black polished wheels. 410, that's part of the package. Bright bumpers, the bright rear bumpers in front, black flares. Yeah, I like that chrome bumpers. I know the thing now is cabin painted or black or whatever, but I like a certain amount of chrome. Front fog lights. It's got the front disconnected sway bar. It's all part of that package. Performance tuned Bilstein shocks. The fuel tank skid plate. This four-wheel drive in this Ram Power Wagon actually has the four-wheel drive lever on the floor. It's old school, man. None of that stuff with pushing buttons. You just grab a lever, pull her back into 4 high, or stop and go forward a couple clicks to neutral, and then one more forward into 4 high. This truck is so cool. Just push up on a rock to get one wheel to drop down, but you got the sway disconnect just like on a Wrangler. You got the axle lock, front and rear lockers, and then we're going to sit on the dash. It shows you that you're working on something. Not quite done. 4-low sway bar. Yeah. Well, we're finishing what we started yesterday. It rained us out, but this rascal has got a lot of options for a tradesman. And that's the cool part about it, is you can save some money by getting this over the regular Power Wagon. I tried to get a picture of that underneath there. It's not easy to see that 5th Bilstein, which is on top of the pumpkin. So it's some kind of a stabilizer for how much that differential moves around back there, the rear differential. So I can get some more of an explanation on that. Of course, it comes with the tow hooks, the all-terrain tires, the wheelhouse liners, hill descent control, skid plates on a fuel tank, of course. Articulate suspension. So True Locks front and rear axle. Tried those out. They all work. Pretty cool. The second level group for this tradesman is a cloth 40-20-40. That's my favorite. That where the middle folds up into a seat. I wish my new truck had that. I love seats for 6. Seems to be what my family is most of the time. Of course, it's got the carpet, which I'm not wild. If I had an off-road truck, I would just soon have rubber, but this has that. That's all part of this level 2 equipment group for $9.95. Of course, rear window defroster. These are all new things from my old days. It's got a trifolding tonneau cover, which I'm not crazy about trifold. I'd rather have the ones that roll all the way up or the sliding ones. I've had more of those trifold ones blow off, but that seems to be what you see out there. Of course, got the towing mirrors, power black tray towing mirrors, privacy lamps, mirror running lights, LED bed lighting. That's nice to have. The park sensor, park assist, the sprayed-in bed liner. It's so nice to get a factory sprayed-in bed liner. It's a mistake I made on my last truck, but that really makes it nice. And that gets you to that MSRP of $52,450, and that includes the $1,695 destination charge. Man, it costs a lot to get these things out of Detroit. That just blows my mind. When you ship them all around the country, some of it's by rail, some of it's by semi-truck. But this thing's put together in Solitlo, Mexico. No, I'm not pronouncing that right. Put together in Mexico. Parts come from all over. Just like the transmission. A lot of stuff comes out of Toledo, Ohio. But that's how that works. Now let's do our little traderability score. This is the trailering functionability score. Top's 100 score. Trailer control. We didn't have this on a maximum trailer. We had maximum payload. But it was that coil springs. You really need a weight distributing hitch. Because I think coil springs makes it move around a little more than a leaf spring does. So I'm going to give it an 18 there. And truck handling and squat. Of course, it's an off-road truck. It's going to squat more. It's made for more suspension, more wheel travel. So that's normal for this truck. So I'm going to give it an 18 there. The reaching the controls. I love it. They got knobs all over the place. You know me, I'm a knob guy. I don't like push buttons. So we'll give it a 20 for reaching the controls. And the mirrors, these are good towing mirrors. They got the widest reach of any of them. And the window visibility is good. I've always wondered about the A-pillar. It always breaks quite a bit, which makes it a little hard getting here with the cowboy hat. So anyway, the mirrors are good. Let's go 20 on the mirrors. Acceleration with the trailer. Now with this new 8-speed, this 6.4 is got plenty of power with the trailer. That's not a problem. So there it gets 20 points acceleration with the trailer. This 6.4, one of my favorite engines. So that means I only took 2 18s. So that is 4 points. So it looks like this score is a 96 for what I think of it as a trailering truck, which is very good. Very good. Nothing wrong with that score at all. I enjoy driving it. Enjoy taking a family to the mountains and doing some ATVing. So I like this truck.